We've got an interesting construction to talk about today. It's called the passive periphrastic. And that's just a name that sounds really big and impressive. And you can tell your friends, yes, today I learned the passive periphrastic. And it's really going to be actually no big deal. It just sounds really impressive. A passive periphrastic is made up of a gerundive and a form of the irregular verb sum. And it doesn't use a gerund. It has to be a gerundive and a form of sum. And the key thing about the passive periphrastic is that it shows obligation or necessity, something that has to be the case, and is translated usually with must, ought, or should. Well, let's take this example sentence, short little sentence, aqua portanda est. Circle the gerundive and underline the form of sum. As always, pause the video and then press play when you're ready to continue. You should have circled portanda. It has the nd in there, indicating it's either a gerund or a gerundive. And the a ending clearly shows it's modifying aqua. And you remember a gerundive is an adjective. And then est is our form of sum. Now see if you can translate that sentence. And you should have come up with water must be carried. Now the fact is you could have also had water ought to be carried or water should be carried. Really any of those, excuse me, says the same thing and expresses that obligation or necessity. Now another key feature is that the passive periphrastic is often followed by the dative of agent. This is a new use of the dative case. And it's simply a dative case noun, no preposition involved, translated with the word by. So let's take another sentence here. Barbari militibus oppugnandi sunt. Circle the gerundive, underline the form of sum, and this time also put a box around the dative case noun. Pause the video and press play when you're ready to go on. You should have circled oppugnandi. It's the gerundive modifying barbari. Underline sunt as the form of sum, and put a box around militibus, the dative case noun. And as before, go ahead and see if you can translate this. And you should have come up with something like, the barbarians must be attacked by the soldiers. And of course, you could have had the barbarians ought to be attacked or the barbarians should be attacked. But at any rate, it's expressing obligation or necessity. And that is really all there is to the passive periphrastic.